Everyone is on the modern day plantation, playing one role or another, where the governing class is visiting the plantation. So we accounted for everyone. Female empowerment is really the rejection, from in the modern perspective, mind you, is really the rejection of the alpha male in the martial arts order. She has her choice of beta males, of lesbians, or some poor sap that she brought in for the hell of it, right? She wants to tell people what to do. Going back to what I said in the video before this, where the martial artist is the most controlling type of man. The true martial artist. He demands. He can only exist in his true form with the submission of the woman, right, in a relationship, right? And mind, body, and soul. He controls her mind, body, soul, and spirit. He conveys the Spirit of God to her. That forges her soul and the spirit. Everything else is worldly energy, psyche, right, as the idea of a soul. In the mind and the soul connected. How could that be? How could the mind also be the soul? It can't. Everything other than the martial arts conveying the true spirit is just the idea of having a soul. Therefore, the martial artist is the most controlling of men by far. There is no female empowerment in the modern sense without freeing themselves from the divine spirit of the Creator. Therefore, female empowerment as such is evil. Female empowerment through the Spirit is good. One way or another, they're subjecting themselves to a culture and to ideas. They choose to live a lie and boss people around who are foolish enough to allow them to exert power over them. Life is like an obstacle course, where if you move too effectively, boom, boom, I've dodged that, boom, whoosh, I strike that person, blast them, so right between the eye, I moved effectively. Okay. They start to notice, this guy is moving effectively. You can't do that. Go be trained by the LGBT community. Go be trained by the racist, in the closet, homosexual, conservative martial artist. At least with homosexual behaviors, such as unnatural submission. To pretend the elephant in the room isn't there, why they give you a psychological whipping. It's the modern day plantation. Who's on the plantation? If you read the book, right, they refer to the slave as bondsman. We'll keep it simple. We have the field slave, the overseer. Okay. And these are the people who are the true victims, right? The field slave, the overseer, okay, and the marooner, and the house nigga. Right? So house nigga, overseer, field slave, marooner in the order of respect from lowest to highest. In truth, but in the system, it is reversed. You see how that works? Now, in the household, you also have the master and his family, and then they can be victimized by the governing class to some degree. To some degree, they are. But they've also crossed the line from true victim to oppressor. However, so has the house nigga and the overseer.
All right, you made it downstairs.
All right. So, the marooner is the guy who truly turns around and says no. Says, no, I'm not going to let you do that. Okay? In the most effective manner. The field nigga isn't necessarily a rebellious one. At times they rise up, but they do so in a foolish manner. Okay. The marooner will accept death before dishonor. The Prince of Darkness, according to Shakespeare, I believe it was, is said to be a total gentleman. My train of thought was kind of interrupted, but I pretty much said what I want to say. Think in terms of Superman. If Lois Lane was saying, I demand a beta instead of Superman, wouldn't we say she's a dumb bitch? So now let's move to this real quick and let's wrap it up. Okay, the topic, provider argument. The provider argument is the victimized argument. The alpha would say the victims deserve the most attractive women. The aggressor should pay up and teach that. It's pretty simple. In this society we have where it's an organized process of victimization, the aggressor shouldn't have the most attractive women. Period. How could that be? How can we breed women to be this evil? If they're that evil, they must submit to the victim. If they're incapable of making that choice on their own, they should submit to him as a matter of principle. Yeah,